together and you do something together, fine. You've got to write it out in your hands. You've got to do the work. I had somebody one time, he let his girlfriend write out everything for him, and they handed it in, and I'm going, wait a minute. She doesn't have anything. She did too. So, I'm not an idiot, you know, most of the time. Attendance is required in lecture. Your text is supplementary, nothing here. When you have missed 20%, I can help you. If I have scared you, and some of you, I can tell you, I scared you. If you, you try it for the first week and you decide, no, I need something else, please unregister, because there are other people who want it. Okay? The exam rules, if you set it up ahead of time, you know. I mean, I have people said, I've been waiting for this doctor's appointment for 4 months, and it's the day of the exam. If you set it up ahead of time, I could do something about it. If you are going to miss an exam, or if you fail to take it on time with the rest of us, and most of the time we take it in class. We'll take it in class. There is a 10% reduction. I would say 10% off to your grade, and we go from there. You do need documentation. You need a legitimate reason. I had one person get in a wreck on the way to take the exam. Well, she had a police report. I've had people go into the emergency room. Okay, you've got a written report. You've got it. Yes?
How far ahead notice do you need to know?
Depends on when you know.
Because I'm military, I just retired, so I have a VA appointment.
Okay, let me know as you know, and we will work around it, okay? I've had people who had maneuvers and things like that. We will work around your life if you will let us know. Don't come in and say, oh, oops, I forgot. If there's a death in the family, email me, bring in your little notice. All right. Second time, it's 20% reduction. Any makeups, I have the right to give it to you as an essay. Yes, you do not want to take one of my essay tests. No, I have somebody that goes, oh, we went to Vegas for a week and a half. This is not considered a legitimate reason. Okay? If you fail an exam, there are no reports. But if you will stick with it, usually people who stick with it will do better, okay? Cell phones, turn them off. Is there even, can you even get anything right now? Anything electronic? Yeah, well, I have no coverage. Turn them off. We had somebody say, well, if you would just take a hammer and crush the first one that went off while you were in class, you wouldn't have to turn them off. Turn them off. If you have them on during a test, I will give you 0. There's no reason to be texting. There's no reason to be talking. Now, some of you are on call. Some of you have to be able to be reached. Put it on vibrate. If you need to talk to somebody, you need to leave the room. Now, I had one. I'm reading this kind of my story. I think I'm entertaining. You don't have to laugh, and you don't have to think I'm entertaining. Let me live with my delusion. Okay, I had one girl one time who would come 30 minutes into the class. She always got a phone call, and she would get up and leave for 20 minutes. She did it every class time. After she said, you know what, you don't go over all of the questions. You have not done all of this. She gives 41 every week. She's wrong. She didn't get it. Okay? She wasn't here for it. But I provided it. So, please turn them off. Please turn them off. Cheating on an exam will result in a 0. Exam days, 20 minutes into the exam, if you are, once I pass it out and you start after 20 minutes, you can't take it longer to take the test. So be here on time. Warnings, watch out for your starting times for your labs. Okay? And if I know you're bored and I've gone on forever, Lab rules, there's lab special. It's got no extra credit, except for what's for everybody. At 20%, I can drop you. It is expected that you study 2 to 3 hours out of class for every hour in class and in lab. If you will put it in and keep up with it, like I said, you read it before 12 hours have passed, you will retain quite a bit more. Guys, this is all about making neural pathways in your brain. Anytime you learn anything, it takes at least 10 introductions to it before you to own it and you to put it into long-term memory. You cannot hear it once and pass the test on it, unless you are more genius than most of us are. Most of us have to read it several times, write it. That's how the brain works. This talks about if you fail the class, you have to retake the whole class. There's no tobacco in here. There's no eating. You're welcome to bring in a drink if it's got a lid. No electronics in here. Sometimes, if there is a problem, if I haven't spoken to you, if you have a problem, come to me first and see what we can resolve. If you don't get satisfaction, you need to go up to 280 and talk to Professor Alfonso, who is the department chair. If you still aren't satisfied, you can go to the dean. Don't go running out of this and go up to the president of the class and say, oh, she's so awful. Go through your steps, and somebody will help you. And one of the nice things about Pueblo Community College, there is a lot of help. Get it early. All right? If it's been a while since you've been in class, get some help. You've got good brains, they work, get them checked. All right, moving right along.
What's the name of the book?
Central biology. Yeah, and a little kit.
They're good to get that file book. Yeah. Huh? They told me there was another book, and I took it to dinner.
It comes to $13.
That's why I waited.
I took it home.
Yeah, and I went in last Friday. And
I got it in.
Where's the computer? Does anyone see the computer? Right there, there it is. They changed this on me, and you know, guys, it's hard to get old. All right. A lot of this stuff is also on Y-Drive as far as your outlines. Go to Y-Drive, Science, Biology. 105. Okay, fun stuff. All right. What is expected? You need to understand biology and homeostasis. How many of you already know what biology is? But you know you're in Latin. Studies like bio-life, ology is always study of homeostasis. Anybody know? Yes.
It's like your body in a balanced state.
Yeah, the balance that your body has to maintain for you to function. Anybody know anything you must be doing in a concert? For your body to work? Temperature. Too high, too low, you die. Plasma pHs. There are levels of certain things. Grab the whole pile. There's 3 things there. Well, no, this is the pile. Okay? All right. So biology, you probably don't want to make a note card on that, but you may want a note card on homeostasis. So you know, as you go along, things that you lists that you need to memorize, words that you need to know. Start some note cards, carrying around with you. Again, before the first exam, you turn it in to me, and it's worth 2 points extra credit. You need to know the characteristics of life. We're going to cover it. And that will be part of your essay on the first exam. With some of the characteristics of life. You need to understand the levels of organization. Good, pressure right there. All right, now, Eye clickers. Did anyone pick up an eye clicker? Eye clickers are nice. If you take them out, if you push down on the on until the blue thing starts to blink, once it starts to blink, you put in the code CC. Okay. And when you get them at the bookstore. We will have little things like this where you answer questions now. Can you get through this course without it? Yes. It's not required. We are working to where there will be little quizzes where it will be required. It's nice because I can do attendance with it. At this point, it's just another $30 and a lot of you don't have. So I will let you use your fingers. A, B, C, C, C. Okay. All right. So I want you to write down your answer to this somewhere on your first paper. It says, even a cursory glance at the news media reveals that scientific progress is an essential part of modern society. Still, many people are very skeptical of science. Do you think that an informed citizen needs a firm understanding of science to effectively participate in a representative society? You're making decisions for the whole society. Should you understand some science? A, strongly agree. B, C, D. E down here, strongly disagree.
Two fingers.
Oh! I break it. I'm pretty good at breaking things. Okay. Now you know where I am. We're going to be here, right? This does not affect your grade in any way, shape, or form. If you want to go on, once it's gone, I just turn it on, so if you have it, if you want to go on. If you don't have it, you have scissors so I can open on? You know what? We'll have it next time. We won't worry about this. There's a place up there where I can set it. Okay, ready? Both. What do you feel about it? Okay, we've got some ones and twos done. Oh, we've got a 4. They write it down somewhere. You know, this is how I feel about it. It's just an opinion. An opinion is what you think. All right? We hope that as you go along, you will get an appreciation and understanding of life around you, and you will change. And go, oh, you know what? That's cool. All right. Biology is the study of life. And here we have a rainforest, all the different levels of life, on plants, animals, microscopic. Now, if you were on an expedition to one of the moons of Jupiter, and you were trying to decide if something was alive, what are characteristics of life? How do we know something's alive? Breathing, oh, it may have cells, and the cells are doing some kind of metabolism, okay? Some kind of using, what do we call that? Energy? Anything else? Breathing. Oh, they reproduce. They make more of their own. Anything else? Breathing. Breathing, some kind of metabolism. Not everything takes in oxygen, but there has to be some kind of taking thing in, not necessarily oxygen, but some kind of, yeah. Okay, anybody else? It's a little hard to hear. Eating? Eating? Taking in some kind of energy, some kind of fuel. My car needs fuel. Is it alive?
That's fine.
Is it sentient? I don't know. Yeah, is it sentient? Can it think? Can it make decisions? That's good old Star Trek. Is it sentient? All right. These are levels or characteristics of living organisms. You do need to be able to, your essay, let's start by it. Okay, list some of the characteristics of living organisms. Living organisms are organized some way, shape, or form. They are composed of cells. We have some life that is only a cell. That's as big as it's organized as it gets. All living things that we know about have found, reproduce, and grow, and develop. They have a life cycle. Rocks don't give us little rocks, no, erosion, but it's a different thing. Living things have irritability and adaptation. These are responses to your environment. Irritability is an immediate response. You know what, it's really hot out today, so my body's hot, I'm sweating in an effort to cool it off. That's a response. Adaptation. This is over time. What are some ways that animals or plants have adapted to survive? Anybody have some? Weather? Yes.
Thorns on a road. Thorns on a road?
Thorn protection. Thorns on a road, yeah. Anything else? Weather. Weather. Okay, so it gets cold. Trees lose their leaves and go to sleep for the cold part, right? Or if it's really dry, there's things that plants do. Cacti have a very, very quick, they blossom, they put seeds and they go away. They have a very, very short time that they can actually bloom and blossom. Bears hibernate. Toads estivate, yeah.
I actually have two questions for you. Well, number one, I think I would consider this. What about as far as like an animal, like a chameleon, the way they can change colors to adapt to their environment? Because I don't.
Yeah, that would be an adaptation. You know, not a lot of animals can do that.
No.
I surely can't. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
The other question I had is just because it's probably just my lack of understanding, but I'm taking a lot of science courses, and where it says number 3, where it says reproduce, I started reading the book already, and it would say like, now don't read too far into this, I don't want to make a debate out of anything, but it would always say reproduce to like their own kind or species, but doesn't that to go against some form of evolution? Like I don't want to ask too many thought-provoking
I'm not going to
questions.
go there.
I just was wondering.
I believe strongly, I'm a person of faith. Okay.
You knew it.
That's what that missing link is all about. Have we ever found somebody actually changing into a whole complete new species? Now, you have places because the environments are different. I've taught for 30 years in Salt Lake Valley, Utah. And Salt Lake Valley is surrounded on all sides with mountains and valleys. So there's a valley here, and you have a ski joint here, and a different valley here, and there's a different ski place here. Okay. You have like trees. Juniper trees in this valley are going to be different from the juniper trees in this valley. They're still junipers, but they have changed over time. You have like squirrels over here, the red squirrels over here are different from the red squirrels over here because they've been separated by mountains. And they have actually changed where they're going, okay, this is a red squirrel, but it's a different species than this one. Like you have different hummingbirds. I'm not going to get into it deeply. I know that change happens. You don't usually have a cat giving birth to puppies. And I know that that's an absurd.
Yeah.
That's an absurd. Does change happen? Yes, it does. And change happens, and there is a need. Okay, if I can't get to the nectar I need with this size, this kind of beak, well, you know, babies all have differences, right? And somebody will have a difference that will make them or allow them to survive better. Because they can survive better, they will reproduce more. And change will happen slowly. Did that answer you at all?